In this question, you have to identify the blood cells whose reduction in number can cause clotting disorder, leading to excessive loss of blood from the body. Option A, neutrophils. It is incorrect because neutrophils are a type of white blood cell that functions mainly for the defense of our body. Option B, thrombocytes. Now, thrombocytes, that is the platelets, play a crucial role in the process of blood clotting. When blood vessels are injured, platelets aggregate at the site of the injury for a temporary blood, and they start releasing chemicals that help to activate the clotting cascade. And this results in the formation of stable clot that prevents further bleeding. And when there is reduction in platelet count, a condition called thrombocytopenia, that is the ability to form blood clots, is impaired, leading to excessive bleeding, even from minor injuries. Hence, it is the correct option. Option C, erythrocytes. It is also incorrect because erythrocytes, or the red blood cells, are involved in oxygen transport and not clotting. A reduction in erythrocytes causes anemia, but not any clotting issues. Option D, leukocytes. It is also incorrect because leukocytes, that is the white blood cells, are part of the immune system and does not play a direct role in clotting. Now we know that the adult human RBCs are enucleated. So in this question, you have to identify which statement is most appropriate explanation for this feature. Option A, they do not need to reproduce. Now, while this is true for RBCs because they do not reproduce, but this is not the reason that nucleus is absent. Hence, it is incorrect. Option B, they are somatic cells. It is also incorrect because being somatic cells, it is not sufficient to explain that the nucleus should be absent because most somatic cells in the human body do have nucleus. Option C, they do not metabolize. This is also incorrect because RBCs do metabolize but anaerobically to generate ATP. However, they lack mitochondria and they do not undergo this oxidative phosphorylation. But this is not the reason why that is enucleated. Option D, all their internal space is available for oxygen transport. Now, the enucleation of RBC really provides more space for hemoglobin. So, it is much essential. This adaptation is essential because it enhances the oxygen carrying capacity of RBCs. So, it is the most appropriate explanation. Thus, it is the correct answer. In this question, you have to identify from where the hepatic portal vein drains blood to liver. Option A, stomach. Now, while the stomach contributes to the hepatic portal system, but the hepatic portal vein mainly collects nutrient-rich blood from the intestine. So, it is incorrect. Option B, kidneys. It is also incorrect because kidneys are not a part of hepatic portal system. Option C, intestine. The hepatic portal system, as already mentioned, drains blood from the intestine, transporting nutrients absorbed during digestion to the liver for metabolism or detoxification. Hence, it is the correct option. Option D, heart. It is incorrect because blood from the heart reaches the liver via the hepatic artery and not the hepatic portal vein. In this question, you have to match the items given under column 1 with that of column 2. Now, tricuspid valves are atrioventricular valve present between the right atrium and the right ventricle. Thus, A matches with 3. Now, bicuspid valves or the mitral valves are also atrioventricular valve present in between left atrium and left ventricle. Thus, B matches with 1. Semilunar valves are present at the openings of the aortic and pulmonary aorta. Thus, C matches with 2. Hence, the correct answer is option A. In this question, you have to match the components given under column 1 with that of column 2. Now, the P wave indicates atrial depolarization, representing the contraction of the atria and the initiation of the heartbeat. Thus, A matches with 4. The QRS complex represents ventricular depolarization and contraction, signifying the pumping of the blood from the ventricles to the rest of the body. Thus, B matches with 1. The T wave represents ventricular repolarization, indicating the recovery of the ventricles and the preparation for the next heartbeat. Thus, C matches with 2. And changes in the size, shape, or duration of these waveform components can provide valuable diagnostic information about the person's heart's function. And definitely we can identify abnormalities such as ischemia, arrhythmias, or even conduction disturbances. Thus, D matches with 3. Hence, the correct answer is option A. In this question, you have to identify what is being depicted by the QRS complex in a ECG. Now, in electrocardiography, that is ECG or EKG, the QRS complex is a waveform that is observed in the electrical activity of the heart, and this complex is characterized by 3 distinct deflections, Q, R, and S waves, which signify depolarization events occurring in the cardiac muscle. Now, let's evaluate the options. Option A, depolarization of ventricles. The QRS complex in an ECG do represent the depolarization of the ventricles, which leads to ventricular contraction, that is the systole. And this is the main electrical event which is responsible for pumping blood from the heart to the rest of the body. Hence, this is the correct option. Option B, repolarization of ventricles. This is incorrect. The repolarization of the ventricles is represented by the T wave and not the QRS complex. Option C, repolarization of auricles. This is also incorrect because the repolarization of the auricles is masked by the QRS complex because it occurs simultaneously with the ventricular depolarization, making it hard for the ECG machine to represent it. Option D, depolarization of auricles. This is also incorrect. The depolarization of auricles is represented by the P wave and not the QRS complex.